Hi, my name is John Whitehead, and welcome to this week's video blog post. I guess this is the third week that I'm talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. And I mentioned last week about a program that I took through Coaching Out of the Box, which was a certificate in as a diversity coach. So actually, I am now a certified diversity coach. But that doesn't mean that I know everything about DEI. I don't. I'm still learning about it. In fact, I am actually working with an organization right now where we're providing some DEI training, facilitating some workshops in DEI. And as I'm going through that process of delivering that, I'm learning from it myself. And that's all being part of that continuous learner piece that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So I asked the question last night, what does it mean to be an inclusive leader? What does that mean to you? And I think one of the definitions that I found that was really helpful for me was an inclusive leader is someone who creates a culture of belonging in the organization where everyone can thrive. So creates a culture of belonging in the organization where everyone can thrive. Everyone can thrive. Not just where everyone can work, where everyone's accepted, where everyone has an opportunity, but it's more than that. They thrive. They grow themselves. So you're creating that culture in an organization. You're creating that safe space, which again, by the way, is another emerging piece on the leadership development radar, which is about psychological safety. And we'll probably talk about that in some subsequent blog posts. But that for me is being an inclusive leader. And the work that I was really drawn to was the work by somebody by the name of Jennifer Brown, who wrote this book called How to Be an Inclusive Leader. And in there, she has this continuum. And I think I'll try and put the graphic on the video here. There's a continuum that she uses where we go through a stage, right? We go through stages. And if you think about it, it's a little bit like situational leadership. Because in situational leadership, right, we're unconsciously incompetent. We don't know what we don't know. And in this continuum for inclusive leadership, that first stage is unaware. Which I guess, which is the same, right? We're unconsciously incompetent. We don't know what we don't know. We're just unaware about it. We think diversity is just compliance related, and it's simply to tolerate what's going on. And it's someone else's job to deal with this inclusivity stuff, diversity stuff. It's not yours. So then from that, we move to the aware stage, where we are aware that we have a role to play and we're educating ourselves about how best to move forward. So I guess that's consciously incompetent, right? And so then it goes to the active stage where I guess we're consciously competent because you have shifted your priorities and are finding your voice as you begin to take meaningful action to support others. And finally, you move into the advocate stage. And the advocate stage is where you're proactively and consistently confronting discrimination and working to bring about change in order to prevent it on a systemic level. Interesting. So that's the continuum that we move through in how becoming an inclusive leader. Now now we can take each one of those and dive deeper into it. And that's what Jennifer does in her book. So I recommend that book if this is something that you're really seriously thinking about and want to know more about. There's the book right there for you to take a look, and I highly recommend it. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for connecting with me, and I hope to talk to you again next week.